Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Scene Podcast. My name is Craig Smith, back with Mr. Texas Recruited himself, Chris Wash. Tonight we're going a JUCO route. We have the head coach from Clarendon JUCO, Coach Hunter Jenkins. What's going on?
Doing all right, fellas. Excited to be here.
Glad to have you, man.
Yep, me and my man Chris go way back, about 7 or 8 years now.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Coach, what's going on right now, man?
Shoot, right now, on the road recruiting right now, actually in a hotel. Trying to reload this roster for next year, and then go make my way down to the Final Four here in the next couple days. Hang out down there, get to see some colleagues, some stuff like that, do some professional development, things like that down at the Final Four.
So is that a lot of networking and stuff down there?
It is. It is. Obviously, you get a chance to watch the games and stuff down here, but there's a lot of clinics, different things like that to kind of learn more about the game and things like that. And then you see a lot of friends that are wrapped up in their coaching world and things like that throughout the year. But we're kind of able to tie in some recruiting stuff in with this trip as well. So it's a little 2-for-1 for us.
That's cool, man. So do other coaches go down there and do clinics and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's
a
lot of speakers, a lot of different NABC, a lot of different things like that, a lot of socials, networking, like you said. But during the day, there's a lot of different things where you can learn a lot of coaching aspects of the game as well.
Wow, that's pretty good. I never do that. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Hunter, man, you've worked with some big-time coaches. Can you just tell me who they are? And I mean, I know, but I want everyone else to know. And just kind of what you've learned from each one of them?
Yeah, so I think it's there's 9 or 10 current Division I head coaches that I've kind of worked with in the past at my different spots. Kind of the Mike White, who's at Georgia now. I started off with him at Louisiana Tech, but on that staff, all 3 assistants are now Division I head coaches. You got Dusty May, who was an assistant there. He's at FAU now. Jordan Mincy's at Jacksonville, and then Darius Nichols is at Radford on that staff. And then got a chance to stay on with Coach Conkle, that next staff, and he just got the head coaching job at Tulsa just about a week ago. But on that staff, you had Tony Skinn, who's now at Maryland. He was at Ohio State before. So just been around some really good guys, and then got a chance to go be a GA for Coach Beard at Texas Tech after that. And then obviously Mark Adams was his assistant who got the job there. Chris Ogden was one of the assistants. Al Pinkins, Brian Berg, who's now head coach at Georgia Southern now. And then even Matt McMahon, who just got the LSU job, he was when Coach Cackler got the job at Louisiana Tech, he hired him away from Murray State for about a month, and then he got to return back there as a head coach. So just I've been really, really fortunate in my career just to be around those big time coaches and learn a lot from all of those guys. Just have really good relationships. They're all really, really good people off the court, things like that. So it's really helped me out in my career, just kind of being a fly on the wall, learning from them every day.
That's cool, man. For me, one of my question is, can you tell me what you would say to someone who thinks that, you know, they got all these JUCO offers, you know, they're waiting on this big time offer. They're waiting on this big time offer. Tell me what you would say to somebody that who might think they're too good to go to a JUCO.
Right. Well, my thing is, you come watch a JUCO game. That's kind of your first. You hear JUCO, it's got the word junior in front, so people think it's not on the same level. But especially in Texas, if you go to Texas, Florida, Kansas, it's really, really high level JUCO. Every team's got multiple Division I players on the court. I think this year we had 5 D1 transfers on our roster alone. So everybody comes to JUCO for kind of a different reason, but it's still very, very high level basketball. You might think it's just a next level right after high school, but I mean, our center this year was 7'1". Really, our whole league has Division I size across the board. So that's my main thing. And a lot of the JUCOs, like especially in our conference, got really, really nice arenas. 5,000 seat arena down in Midland. So, I mean, may not sound good to tell your friends or post on social media that you go junior college, but it's a really good route to go to that Division I level. Or if you're a borderline, you're not getting the offers you want, you're a qualifier, you can go to JUCO for a year. And when I say a year, I tell guys too, it's not even a year. You get here in August, and then you're gone in May. So it's an 8-month deal, and you get a chance to play in front of a lot of Division I coaches. Like I said, I just named kind of Division I coaches I've worked for. That's just coaches I've got connections with. But you might have a good game against Coach Green in South Plains in our league, and he's been doing it a really long time and has a lot of connections, and people call him for players in our league. So just playing junior college, especially at the Texas junior colleges, we've had a really good track record in the state of moving guys on to Division I. Several guys that have played JUCO in Texas have moved on to the NBA. You got the Jimmy Butlers, you got the Jay Crowders, Alizé Johnson in our league. There's just a lot of success stories in JUCO, which is why I say don't turn your nose up on him. It's just a short term. Obviously, everybody's got that dream goal of playing at Division I and playing at the highest level. But sometimes if you sacrifice and work in silence, go JUCO for a year or two, you can really blow up after that.
Yeah.
Hey, Hunter, you were like 24 or 25 when you got your first D1 head coaching job. And then like, I don't know, man, 25, 26 when you got your first head coaching job. How'd you do that? And what advice would you have for other people trying to do that?
Yeah. So a lot of it goes like, I think I got the Buffalo job. I was just turned 25, D1 assistant there. And then I got this job right after that. I think I was 26 when I got the head job here. But a lot of it goes back to what I mentioned earlier, those coaches that I worked under. They're just very, very connected. And to be honest, a lot of it's luck. I pride myself on working really, really hard, but there's a lot of qualified people that would do a very good job being a Division I assistant, or even my job here. I know if I left tomorrow, there'd be hundreds of people lined up to take my job. So I know how fortunate I am to be a head coach at a Division I JUCO, like Clarendon. But I just got really, really blessed at a young age to work under really good coaches who are well respected in the business, and that kind of got my foot in the door on the Division I level as an assistant coach. And the same thing at the JUCO level. We won a lot at really everywhere I've been, so that gets your foot in the door as well. And then obviously when you do get a chance to get those interviews and different things like that, you gotta really knock the door down. Those people can get you in the door, but when you get that opportunity, you got to knock the door down and really impress those people. But I can't tell you, I didn't grow up with famous playing career, famous dad that could get me jobs and things like that. I've just been fortunate to really just work under really, really high level coaches who have helped me out in my career so far.
Yeah. So, I mean, you are a young head coach. Are there any like benefits or drawback to that?
Yeah. I mean, some people, we'll be in a team meeting or do something like that, and they ask me, you're the head coach. You don't look like you're old enough to be a head coach. But as far as benefits, I think there's a lot of benefits to it. I can relate to my players a lot better. I'm closer to their age and things like that. But I'm a big relationship coach. I like to coach my guys hard and things like that. But you can't do that if you don't know what's going on with them off the court. I'm a head coach who's very, very involved in the recruiting process. So I know exactly the players I'm getting. There's a lot of guys who aren't recruiting off on assistant, but if I'm going to coach them every day, I'm going to be the one putting them in the game, taking them out of the game. I want to know exactly what I'm getting as a person and everything like that. But yeah, there's a lot of positives to it, in my opinion. There's guys been doing it a long time who may have more experience in game coaching and X's and O's, but I'm working as hard as I can to really prepare our guys. And I learned that from being at Tech with Coach Beard. Before I got there, I didn't know how hard you got to work as far as the game planning, the scouting, and things like that. And I just kind of carried that on ever since. We got a game tomorrow. We might not be leaving that office till 2 or 3 a.m. Just really making sure we can get all the information we can get to our players on making them as successful as possible in the game. Don't want to overload them with information, but we want to know as much as we can as the coaching staff, and then give them the information to be successful on the court.
Gotcha.
Talk to me about the portal and JUCO basketball. Are you recruiting high school kids? Are you coming straight from the portal? Stuff like that.
Yeah. The portal, it's affected JUCO as well. I've been at the Division I level, so I kind of recruit and run our program just like a D1. Like I've said, I pulled a little bit from all those coaches I've worked for. So we obviously recruit out of the portal heavy here. But there's some really, really good high school talent that's kind of getting overlooked because that portal is kind of the first look nowadays. So I just try to get the most talent I can get, whether I have to take 6 or 7 high school kids this year, or if I'm able to get 6 or 7 kids out of the portal that are very, very, very talented. But just trying to get as much Division I caliber talent that are good people, that play hard, that are versatile and skilled. It's really, as long as they fit kind of our system. I don't mind if they're high school, if they're portal, and the portal. The good thing about JUCO, there's kind of 2 folds of the portal. You can kind of take JUCO transfers here, or we can take Division I or Division II transfers. We've had really good success since I've been here at Clarendon taking Division I transfers. Like I said, I think last year we had 5 on our roster. That first year we had I think 4 or 5 that year as well. And so we've had good success. They may come from a lower level, come to Clarendon and have success, and then they're able to end up moving on to a higher level Division I than they came out of. It's kind of my sell on a lot of these guys. But I like everywhere I've been, we've had good transfers. When I was at Louisiana Tech, we had Eric McCree, who was a Murray State transfer, who ended up playing a couple 10-day contracts, and then when I was at Texas Tech, obviously they're continuing to do a great job in the portal as well. So it's kind of the way college basketball is moving, but it's helping out junior college, especially guys that are like qualifiers. They have good grades. In maybe 2 or 3 years back, they would have had multiple Division I offers, but coaches are looking through that portal. And Division I JUCO like Clarendon, Division I JUCO in Texas gives you a full ride offer. It's a good idea to take it because if you got grades, you can come here for a year. You're going to play in front of 200 or 300 different Division I's during this year, and you're a year older. That's the thing. A lot of guys in college basketball these days, they're trying to get older. So if you can come to Clarendon for a year and play in front of Division I transfers, or play with Division I transfers, play against Division I transfers, it just makes yourself more marketable nowadays.
Yeah, man. The JUCO route to me is a good one. You can walk on a D1 JUCO court or workout and realize you ain't shit real quick, and a lot of people don't realize that. And then another thing too is like the people in junior college. Those are grown ass men, so you're getting a lot more experience. Is that something you agree with?
Yeah, especially kind of the way the portal that COVID year last year, we had a lot of Division I transfers this year that were out of Division I for 2 years. And then with that COVID year not counting, they were able to come back JUCO this year. So I had multiple guys on my team that were over 21, which in the years past, JUCO is really just guys that are 18, 19, 20. So a lot of guys, and I think it'll get back to normal here in a couple of years once that COVID year kind of phases out. But like you said, grown men out on the court, older guys. You may come in being a starter on varsity or all district or all state in high school, and then you come in and you're going to be a 10th man on a good JUCO team. Or even on the flip side of that, we've got Division I transfers that come in who may have done this or that at their Division I, started games here or there, and they think, oh, I'm going to go down to JUCO and I'm going to kill. And then they lace it up night against Odessa, and there's 5, 6, 7 Division I transfers on their end as well. So it's like you're not just going to come in and dominate really, really wherever you come from.
So what kind of players are you looking for there? And is it any different recruiting? I mean, I know the answer to this, but is there any difference in recruiting at the JUCO level to the Division I level? I mean, you do have the ability to offer a full scholarship.
Right. Well, a lot of the difference is like Division I, your budget's just a lot bigger, so you can go lay your eyes on kids 3 or 4 times, know you're getting the right player, see how his body language is, and then in JUCO we rely a lot on film, a lot on trusting Division I coaches that we work for. There's a thing called synergy. So Division I transfer we're able to watch everything, even the JUCO transfers. We're able to watch all their possessions, kind of get a good feel of what we're getting, and then build that relationship on the phone. The JUCO level, it's a little bit more, especially kind of the COVID era. We weren't even able to bring kids on campus or anything like that, so you're relying a lot more on film. But in terms of the level of player, um, I'm still trying to get the same type of the highest level Division I talent I can get here. Obviously, the facilities aren't the same here. You don't have quite the same sell you've got at the Division I level, but the same caliber of player, same person we're trying to get at Buffalo, at Louisiana Tech. Even at, obviously, we're not going to have 12 players here good enough to play at Texas Tech, but trying to get as much Division I high level talent as we can is really the model I follow here.
Talk to me about how Twitter helps you.
Twitter, honestly, my DMs are filled up. If I delete my DMs one day, there'd be 50 kids in my DM tomorrow, and so it's hard to kind of shift through. But you can tell a lot about a kid by his Twitter, what he tweets, what he likes, different things like that. And Twitter's just good for really information. You can see if you're recruiting a kid, you can see what a high school score was that night. You can see how many points they had without maybe having to reach out to their coach and different things like that. And there's great Twitter accounts like you guys who just fill out information on who's offering who, and just really get information out to the coaches. So Twitter's kind of the way of the world in really a lot of businesses, not just college basketball. You can just find out information kind of on demand. You don't have to. Kids will flood that DM, but I just kind of advise kids to be careful what you're tweeting, be careful what you're liking, things like that, because there's so many kids out there that can play at a high level. So don't do anything to hurt yourself. You may be one of the best point guards in the country, you think, but there's 50, 100 other guys that could come to even just Clarendon College, and don't give us a reason not to recruit you. Don't be liking things that we wouldn't want on our campus here. Don't be tweeting things that would hurt you.
Hunter, what's your pitch to get kids out there?
Yeah, the main thing, number one thing I always tell our recruits and things like that is the people on campus here. You can go. Some guys get caught up in the gym, they get caught up in the dorms, they get caught up in this or that. But the main thing, really at any level of college basketball, is the people. It's the coach you're going to play for. It's the assistant coaches. It's the administration. That's got to be a huge factor in where you're going. And the one thing I really like about Clarendon, and a big reason why I took the job, is just our administration's really good. I think we got one of the best athletic directors in junior college. He's our women's basketball coach, Mark James. So we got a basketball AD who really cares about it and is trying to make things better every day. Our administration president, Mr. Buckholz, and Brad Vandenbogard, former basketball guy. So it's just a really good administration. And then kind of our teachers and our faculty are excellent as well. They're at every game. So coming out to Clarendon, you might go on a few different JUCO visits and say, oh, Clarendon's a little bit smaller, town small, or their gym smaller, things like that. But just our people here are really second to none. And I've worked at other different junior colleges in the state and things like that. So our people here are excellent. And then our staff here, I'm a younger guy. My assistant's a younger guy, both not married, no kids. We don't have to rush home after practice. So we're really spending a lot of time in the gym with these guys, building relationships, really getting in there before practice, after practice, getting workouts in. So that's kind of my sell is I want you to come here, whether it's for a year or you got to do the 2-year JUCO route. I just want you to get better every day. I want you to come in. You might be an okay shooter, and we really turn you into a 40% 3-point shooter by the end of the day. Or you come in as kind of a 4-3. You want to develop into a wing. You think that's your best chance to play at the highest level, and we kind of really tighten up those handles, or we work on your athleticism, lateral quickness. That's my big sell to guys. There's other coaches out there who might have to go home, deal with their family and things like that. And Clarendon, there's about 2,000 people here, not a lot of places to eat, not a lot of things to do. But if you really like basketball and serious about getting better, there's no better place to go with the staff we got here, with the administration. We got everything you need. We got a nice weight room. We got a gun. We got a gym you can get into 24 hours a day with a coach and work you out. You get 3 meals a day in the cafeteria. Everything's right close to the gym. So if you're serious about really becoming a high-level Division I player, Clarendon is a really, really good place for you.
Yeah, and that was going to be one of my questions, man. How do you keep those kids from the big city from getting bored out there in a city of only like 2,000 people?
Right, right. And we're pretty close to Amarillo. So like if you wanna get out of it, probably 45 minutes to like Buffalo Wild Wings, Walmart, all that kind of stuff. We got a grocery store there, but for the most part, I gotta let you know up front. I can't lie to you and say, hey, you're coming to downtown Dallas here. I gotta let what you're getting into. And it's not a 4-year decision. You're not coming to Clarendon
Yeah.
to play for 4 years. You're coming to Clarendon for really, like I said, 8 months to lock in, become a better player, win big, and then move on to that Division I level. That's everybody's dream here, and that's what we work for every day. And it's really a good play. Like you can look at the negatives that it's small, but I look at it on the positive side. There's not a lot of distractions. There's not a lot of things you can do if you really. Everybody says they want to be a good player. Everybody says that, and then if you want to do that, coming out here, you really have no other option. You want to get in that gym 2 or 3 times a day. You want to get in that weight room. This is truly the best place for you because there's nothing you can do here except really work on your game and take it to that next level.
Go ahead, Chris.
Hunter, Craig, this is my last question pretty much, but
You're
Hunter, what are you trying, like, what do you want to accomplish? You're young, man. You've done a lot. You have a lot of experience. You've been around Mike White, Chris Beard, a lot of good coaches. What are your coaching goals?
Yeah, I kind of take it day by day. I don't have a set plan like, hey, I want to be out of here by this time, or hey, this is the job I'm looking for next. I kind of take it day by day because I think when you start looking in the future, you'll kind of miss some things in the present. So I kind of take it day by day. Right now, we're trying to we've had 2 guys sign Division I, so we got to move the rest of our team that's eligible to kind of move on. We're trying to find them 4-year spots to go to Division I, Division II, and then really reload this roster for next year, and then just kind of improve my game, learn as much as I can, X's and O's wise. I'm still improving on that every day, learn as much as I can, and then recruiting. Obviously, I've recruited quite a bit at these other places, and it's something I really, really enjoy doing. Got a great staff here. We got a lot to sell at Clarendon, so we got to get a new roster in here. So that's kind of what I'm focused on now. But obviously, I've got dreams and everything like that for myself. Obviously, like to coach at the highest level. I mean, maybe one day in the NBA, but obviously just keep working my way up. But I'm very, very happy being the head coach at Clarendon right now. I know how fortunate I am to do this at a young age, and especially in a great junior college league like this. So something presents itself, and I think would be better. Obviously, we'll take a hard look at it, but right now I'm worried about getting these guys better and really reloading this roster for next year.
Gotcha, man.
Hey, man, talk to me. So in 2010, you won a state championship with your dad.
Yep.
Or playing for your dad. Talk to me about kind of maybe the influence he had on you, maybe becoming a coach.
Yeah, I'd say that's a huge reason. I knew I wanted to coach probably 4th, 5th grade, something like that. I didn't know it was at the high school or college level at that time. And then as I got in high school, I got enamored with kind of the recruiting rankings and stuff like that. And I knew I wanted to get into the college level at that point because I kind of got interested in the recruiting aspect as a high school, as a high schooler. Kind of like, wow, how does Kentucky get this guy, or how does Baylor get this guy, and things like that. So it kind of something I got enamored with. And then out of high school, I went to Trinity Valley. It's a JUCO, not far from my hometown. Coach Bucket, Chris Ballman was over there. Really got my foot in the door as kind of a student assistant, and going JUCO as like a student assistant was really kind of a fast track on learning how to do everything. And then we had a really good team that year, lost in the Elite Eight, and so there was a bunch of Division I coaches coming into our gym recruiting our guys. So I'm 18, 19 years old, getting to meet Division I head coaches, Division I's assistants. So I'm already networking at that young of an age as kind of a JUCO. That kind of really helped me, and I had no idea at the time. I went to we were 1A, 2A high school, know nothing, didn't know anything about college basketball. Got to go there and just kind of soak up, kind of learn what it was about, learn how to. You're seeing all our players on the team getting recruited, all these Division I's, and then after that, I got to go to Louisiana Tech with Coach White and Coach May and Coach Mincy and Coach Nichols and all those guys over there who kind of showed me what Division I was about. But I knew I wanted to coach at a very, very young age. My dad's a high school coach. He's at Martins Mill now, about an hour close to Canton, outside of Dallas, and then my uncle's a coach at Harmony ISD. So kind of my whole family's kind of grew up in coaching. My mom's a principal, things like that. But I just got fortunate to. I really say I got lucky to kind of go JUCO and get into the college ranks that way and kind of work my way up. Like I said, I wasn't obviously won a state championship playing for my dad. That was my freshman year, and then kind of played throughout 4 years and had a good high school career, but wasn't any good enough to play at college. But really loved the game and knew I wanted to coach, and then got to really be around so many good coaches. Like I said, at still a young age.
That's cool, man. Chris, you got anything else?
No, man, I'm good.
I'm good, man. We're gonna wrap it up.
Perfect,
thanks
man.
for
I appreciate
coming on with us,
you
man.
guys do. You guys are really a good tool for kids in the state, for coaches in the state. You guys really, really do a good job. I know I've been tapped in with Chris for a while. Even back to my days at Texas Tech, he did a good job helping us out there. But it's just a good tool for parents in the state, players in the state, and coaches at the college and the high school level. I don't think you guys really get enough credit for what you do, but I really appreciate you guys having me on.
I appreciate that, Hunter, man. That
Thank you,
means a lot to
Coach.
us.